I like GISB because we all come from different countries and I just felt really welcome when I came, and every day my teachers are really nice and they really listen to us and just make the day really fun.
We first found out about the German school, I think by chance, right? We were just
we were driving by, we saw the sign, and I'm half German, half French. And so we sort of knew it was here from when we came to college.
And we saw it was right before the Christkindlmarkt. Yeah, so we were like, oh, maybe we should go. And we were joking, maybe this will be the future school for kids. We didn't have kids yet. I feel like it was, a natural continuation, I think, to the experience we had as a child. I went to international school. He grew up going to German international schools abroad. And I think something we really value is probably the balance that there is in the academics, the rigor in the academics, but to get together with developing like what their individual interests are, and also about personal responsibility, but still allowing them to be kids.
I think it's a humanistic approach to education. I think there's a focus on personal development, as you said, responsibility, creativity, critical thinking, and then combining that with sort of acquiring knowledge.
And the independence that they try to nurture from early on. It was very attractive to us. We love the community. We love the community. I mean, I like it very much. I joined parent council too, and I'm part of the welcoming team. And it's just very open, very warm. I think it's a perfect size school, not too big, not too little, but there's so much diversity. And something very attractive about the community is that there's so many families like us that come from different countries. Yet, I think our shared experience of that, like of raising kids with different languages, being different cultures, really unites us. And so that
there's this common ground sort of that brings everyone together.
It's very supportive. At least it reinforces values that we really definitely want in our children. Where they can be, exposed to, different, cultures, languages, and also just different ways of thinking, right? And having different perspective, which is, I think, so crucial right now in our world. And that's something that it's invaluable for us. Of course, the academic is great, but as a community, I mean, we really wanted a place where she and, our son could belong to. And I feel like that really feels like the German school.
Sort of a global perspective and having sort of a community grounded in sort of empathy and caring for each other at the same time.
Yes.
I think we've been really fortunate in the teachers that she's had in the 3 years that she's been here. And I think they've really instilled a love of learning and focused on that as the foundation. And then now I think, she'll learn, she'll be exposed to science, math, languages, and all those things, but that foundation at the start of really having her, enjoy coming to school, feeling, just feeling really well and accepted here is really great. And as my wife said, the fact that she hates missing school and loves going to school.
True, yes. Even with fever,
for us, that's sort of the... I
Yeah.
think that says a lot about
And
how
I
she
think
feels.
we've asked her before too, what she really likes about the school, and she says, similar to what we said, that people come from different places, and she felt so welcome because she came in Vorschule. So a lot of I think most of her class had been together since preschool. Yet the teacher played such a big role. Like, they had this amazing project in Vorschule where they take trips around the world to different nations of the students, and they started with Japan because they knew she was the newcomer, and then it really brought her together with her future friends, and that was very nice. She still felt like, are they going to accept me with me being different, having come from a different school? And then she was like, no, they love it. They asked me about it. And then, X person is from this other country and this other, and it's like, great. And she lost that kind of nervousness around it, which is like, I wish we could have that, everyone as adults, right? And just embrace each other's differences.
And so she has, classmates from Spain, from Poland, from where else? China, and so she got to. We all, all the kids got to try food
throughout the school year. I mean, it ended,
I
think, around April. Like we had enough countries to really
there were a lot of countries.
The globe, and they would pretend they're on the airplane. It was very cute, and get snacks. Right, the teacher would bring snack like airplane snacks, chocolate.
And at the same time, I mean, it was sort of integrated in once they were visiting a country, they would learn about the geography, the culture, but sort of I just thought it was so well done how the participation of the parents and the sort of pretend journey around the world was sort of the framework for then teaching all these things and sort of learning as well.
And they had little passports.
Yeah.
And they really retained that through the years. They all know like each other's backgrounds and whatnot. And I mean that's just in the classroom, but I think another thing about specifically this school is because of its size. What I find amazing is like Toto has friends that are in like 8th grade. And it started, I think their friendship started last year. And when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, really? Like in 7th grade? And she's like, yes. And then, I mean, we would run into them, they would say hi, and it's, it's so nice that all these upperclassmen and the kids that are younger get to have a relationship too.
And that's the other thing I remember from going to the German school in Manila and in Kuala Lumpur was the fact that they were both small schools, maybe a bit smaller than this school, but there's a real sense of community across the grades, and then sort of you really get to know everyone, and the teachers get to know all the students, and there's just a lot of it's very personalized, I guess. It's a very personal relationship between the kids, the teachers, the staff, the whole community in a way that develops.
Yeah, everyone knows each other. Like I'm always surprised when the high school teachers know each other's name. It's very nice because you really trust your children to this school, and you feel like that just reinforces the relationship further and the trust that you have in them. And I think the size of the school is such an advantage with that too, because in a bigger school you might have that opportunity, but you might not necessarily know about it because you don't know who's coming or they know everything about each other. It's very nice. She still says to this day too that she loves the fact that teachers always listen to her. And I think that's really a highlight of German education too. I feel like there's the academics, but there's really a focus on the individual, right? And what is the strength that each person has? And how can we, nurture that, right? Especially at the beginning. I mean, I think it's the foundation that you're going to build upon.
I like everything about the school.